Hey friends, Hal here. Quail Studios Guitar, thanks for being here. I was going to come out in the shop this morning and just start recording and doing some things for you, but you know what? I realized and I remembered that my strings really need to be changed. I haven't changed my strings since I broke my wrist. It's been about 7.5 weeks now, so I still don't have any backward motion in that. I need to go to a therapist, so I'm going to call somebody today. So my first indication that there was a problem with these strings is that it just doesn't sound that good when I put a capo on. And the sustain in the string is just dropping off like crazy. Mostly when I capo it, and I can just tell they need to be changed. They're a little dull sounding. I was listening to a video the other day, and someone, oh, it's that guy with that beard, that really long beard, and he has the ads on YouTube. And
my name is Tony Policastro.
He was saying, and he was talking about changing strings and things like that, that he changes strings every couple weeks. And I was looking in the comments, and someone said, this guy must be made of money. Well, yeah, it does cost money to change strings. Of course, if you have them changed, you know, by someone else, it's definitely going to cost you something, because sometimes they charge 10 or 15 bucks just to change a set of strings. And then you go into a store and they say, you know, a set of strings are 10 or 15 bucks. And so it gets kind of expensive if you do it that way. I don't have any strength in that right hand yet. I wish I did. Anyway, I changed my own strings. You guys have seen me do this before. And I've done this several times. I've got several string videos out there, how to change strings and that kind of thing. But you know what is interesting about this is that someone said, you know, he was made of money. But that's not really true. Now, I buy my strings, excuse me, I buy my strings in bulk. You know, it says bulk shop, Diodario. I get 25 sets of strings. They come like this. They're not individually wrapped. You know, you pull them out like this, one at a time. And the first time I was introduced to bulk strings was when I was working in a shop in Orem, Utah. And I remember teaching there, and where did I put that other pin? Oh yeah, it's up here. And the guy behind the counter was changing strings, and he had bulk strings, and at the time, let me see, what year was that? It was about 1991. And at the time, bulk strings cost $1 a set. Can you imagine that? $1 for a whole set of strings. And we were selling strings in the store for, gosh, it must have been, you know, 10 bucks for a set of strings. And here you can get strings for $1 a set. So if someone said, hey, I want a new set of strings, and you said, okay, and you don't necessarily grab it off the shelf and you just get the bulk strings, then you charge the guy 10 bucks and it costs you $1. And so you make $9 on a set of strings. And then you could say, you know, I'm going to charge you for putting the strings on for 5 bucks or something like that. It can be pretty good. Well, this bulk set, I think I used to get this for 100 bucks, and I think it went up a little bit. So that's $4 for a set of strings. That's pretty good, actually. And if you get strings on the internet, you can get them for, what, 3 sets for 20 bucks or 15 bucks. It depends on what kind of strings you get. Certain strings are more expensive. The Elixir strings are the most expensive strings. I don't love Elixir strings because to me they sound kind of dull right off the bat. And it's because they're, you know, plastic coated or whatever that stuff is, nylon or whatever they coat the string with. And I'm not really in love with that sound. I like a nice bright sound because I like the harmonics that come off of the string. I love that. Also, I remember one time I thought, okay, I'm going to try the Elixir strings, and I did, and I played with them for a while. And I noticed that they lasted about 3 days longer than my normal set of strings. Now for me, if I'm playing a lot, or I'm gigging, and I'm playing 4 or 5 hours a night, I will change strings either every day or every other day. I especially notice the difference after about 10 hours of playing on a set of strings. But if you get $100, $150 for a gig, and you're paying $4 for a set of strings, then that's not too bad. There's always costs involved. You know, things always break. So while I'm sitting here talking to you, let's just answer some questions and talk about things that people have asked me over the past few weeks, and also talk about some things that I'm interested in. This is a message video. It's not a teaching video, you know, like a guitar teaching video. So, you know, if you don't want to stick around, that's great. And we'll talk to you later. Oh, by the way, I do have a Patreon page. Why do I have a Patreon page? I want to address this. I know that people have had videos out there that say why I don't have a Patreon page or why I do have a Patreon page. Okay. I'll tell you why I have a Patreon page. Because when I got into YouTube, I thought that AdSense, the money that I get off of the ads that run before a video, that they were actually going to produce something significant. And to tell you the truth, some of my videos, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it produces about $1 for every 1,000 views. And last month, in the last 30 days, and what is today? June, let's see what the date is. June 25th, 2018, it produced $16 for me, just that one video. And that's not bad. Now, if you think, okay, wow, that's really cool. Actually, that's the highest producing video that I have. And I think the next one is about $10. And sometimes, especially if they're very popular in foreign countries like the Philippines or something, then they produce only cents, like a few cents per 1,000 views, as far as AdSense goes. Because AdSense, for me, works really good in the States, because I'm in the United States. Not in Europe or anything like that. Okay, so that's why I have a Patreon page. When Patreon came along, I thought, wow, this is really great. I love the idea that my followers or my patrons can give me something according to how much value I'm giving back to them. Or if someone says, wow, I really love your channel, I want to support it. If you give me $1, just like a random dollar, you know what? I have this dream that maybe my 35,000 subscribers on YouTube are going to actually go over to Patreon and give me $1 a year. Wouldn't that be cool? Or even $2 a year. That would be awesome. I could actually spend full time, if it was $1 a year, making videos for you. Whereas right now I really can't. Because, you know, if you don't make enough money to pay your bills, then you have to go out and do something else. So if I had $2 or $3 or $4 or $5 from every patron, then I could actually start hiring people and you know, have a team to help me out. And that would be awesome, because I could actually do a video every day if I had a team. But since I don't have a team, the videos are produced by me. They are, everything is set up here by me. I'm the grip, I'm the producer, I'm the director, I'm the person in front of the camera. Oh man, I need my glasses for this because I can't see exactly what's going on. Okay. I'm the editor, editor-in-chief, everything. I upload the videos, I talk to people about the comments, I teach locally, privately, because that helps to pay the bills. Okay. You know, this is really difficult when your wrist doesn't work right. Oh, kunk. And my wrist doesn't work right now. And so that's why I have a Patreon page. And frankly, if someone signs up as a patron and wants me to teach them every week, then that's actually more time that I spend that I don't get to spend on videos. I have to you know, spend time prepping for those lessons and getting on the internet with them and then doing things after and stuff like that. It's actually not as lucrative as you might think. Let's talk a little bit about rhythm and strumming. Developing rhythm is really important to guitar playing or to being a musician at all. And you should spend time developing your rhythm, and it takes time. Anybody who, you know, on the internet that says, hey, you can learn how to play the guitar in 10 easy lessons.
You mock my pain!
Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling something.
I'm here to tell you that learning how to play the guitar is pain, Princess. And anyone who's telling you differently is trying to sell you something. I'm going to get out a tuner app because I have my tuner over there somewhere. So I'm just going to use this one. It's called iStrobosoft by Peterson. Cost me 10 bucks. I remember when someone said, just recently, someone said, oh, do you have a tuner? I said, yeah, I have one right here on my phone. I have one that's called, what is it called? Clear Tune. It's like $3.99. And then I have one called In-Track Tuner that's free. You can get tuners that are free. But the tuners that are free sometimes don't work as well. That's one of the reasons why they're free. One of the girls said to me, one of my students, oh, my mom never pays for apps. Okay, that's fine. You know, I had a tuner and they were saying, oh, how much is that tuner? Well, that tuner is 50 bucks. One of them that I use. I love it. I think it's a wonderful tuner. It's worth it. I can't do it with that hand. Ugh, still. But the $10 tuner that I have in my phone, that I actually use to tune my piano too. I mean, it is a great tuner. It's really good. It's by Peterson. They've been making tuners for years. My other tuner, the Clear Tune, it's $3.99. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I've had tuners where I paid $60, $70 for them, and in 2 or 3 years they break. Okay, this one, and I ran into somebody the other day that didn't know that when you buy an app on your phone, when you change phones, or if you lose your phone, or if it goes crazy, you know what I mean, drop it in the toilet or something, or jump in the lake with it, that you can get all your apps back, the ones that you have paid for. You just go into the App Store, whatever you've got, an Android phone or an iPhone or whatever, and you just get your apps back. I mean, you've already paid for them. So you just upload them one more time. Oh yes, strums. Let's talk about strumming. Some of my students say, what's the strum for that? Or people will message me on a video, what's the strum for that? In the description of the video. Do you know how to drop down the description? Get the description, drop it down, and look at it. Where's my tuner? Understand that when we give you a strum, this is any guitar teacher, when we talk about a strum for a song, a strum is not a static thing. It changes, it evolves, it fluctuates within the song. Let's try this song. It's La Bamba. Para bailar la bamba, para bailar la bamba que necesita una poca de gracia, Una poca de gracia pa' mi patria, arriba y arriba. Y arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. La bamba, la bamba, la bamba, la bamba. Yo no soy marinero, yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Now, I did a video on La Bamba if you want to go back and look at it. And I did it in different keys too, I believe. Para la bamba, para la bamba, que necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia para mi patria, arriba y arriba. Now, if somebody says, what's the strum to that? You know. I'm doing a strum right there where I'm changing to the F chord, C, F. Actually, I did it on the upbeat. Down, up, up. Down, up, up. Now, for a beginner, I might go. That's down, down, up. I could even make it more simple. Let's see. Down, down, down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. Para la bamba. Para bailar la bamba que necesita una poca de gracia. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. So right there for a beginner, I would show them that strum so that they would do 2 beats on C, 2 beats on F, 4 beats on G. Right? But if I was playing it, it might be more like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right there, I'd come in on that upbeat on the G chord. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and. Now right there, I did it on the upbeat, didn't I? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. So right there, all of a sudden I've got, instead of doing it on the downbeats, what I'm saying is changing the chords on the downbeats, I'm changing the chord on the upbeat, not the first one. 1, 2, right? So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. Right? That's more complicated and it takes more skill, and it's something that you just don't do automatically. So there you go. Something about rhythm and strumming, and you need to study that. You need to be able to understand that the strums change. They don't stay static all the way through. Sometimes I'll play something very simple. Right? I'll even start out very simple like that. And then while I'm playing the song, I'll make it more complicated. So right there, here, down, 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 right? And as I progress in the song, then I'll do an upbeat. I'll come in on the upbeat, right there. Down, 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 up, down, up, up, down, up, up. Para la bamba. Para la bamba que necesita una poca de gracia. Right? And it's more fun to make it interesting as you go along. And as the song progresses, to make it more complicated. If you can't do that, that's fine. Just do it any way you can, right? And as you become a better guitar player, you'll learn how to complicate things and make it more interesting for the listener. All right, that's all I have for you today. I'm going to break this video down in a couple of different little sections. I'm going to put this strumming part into one video, You've been here for the whole time. Thank you very much. You get a special prize, and you can go over to Patreon and claim it. All right. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate you very much. Take care. Bye.